evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School for tonight's high school baseball game between the host Palmetto Tigers and the visiting Northport Bobcats. Rick Russo here with Matt Matera. Matt, we should get a good ball game tonight. Palmetto comes in at 1-1. Northport 2-0.
Yeah, it was great to get the first win out of the way last game, and now it's time to get the first win at home in front of the home fans.
And we're getting ready to start. Jacob Josie's just finished his warm-up tosses. Colton Vincent throws down to second to Austin Hart. And we're getting ready for some baseball here. Leading off for the Bobcats will be their center fielder, number 18, Charlie Davidson. Davidson's also a pitcher. He got the win Friday when the Bobcats defeated Hardy 4-1. So we're ready for baseball, Matt.
Yeah, excited to be here. It was hot all day, so finally we're cooled off a little bit, but hopefully things heat up quickly right away.
And Jacob Josie gets the sign. He's in the windup and the pitch to Vincent. Inside, ball one. Davidson, a left-handed batter.
Yeah, Josie had a great performance his first start. Got the loss, losing 1-0. But
and the pitch is in, and makes a diving attempt by the right fielder. Davidson's in with a single. He's trying to stretch it to a double, and he's out.
What a throw. That'll get you into the game right away.
Nice play. Got a base hit, tried to stretch it into a double, and he was thrown out by Casey Rodriguez. Tag made by Teal. One out.
Showing off the gun right away.
Next up for the Bobcats, right fielder, number 22, Brandon Corso. So one out, one batter, one out here for the Tigers in the top of the first. And the first pitch to Corso on the outside corner, strike one.
Interesting they went lefty-lefty first. I'm not sure how many lefty batters they have in the lineup, but see them stack them right away. See how Josie...
And Josie's pitch was inside and apparently nipped Corso. They're calling it hit by a pitch, and he jogs down to first base. So we got one out, one on, and that'll bring up left fielder Dominic Lefevre for the Bobcats. Right-handed hitter. So two lefties and a righty to start things out. He's getting a sign from third base manager, Dan Pavlou. Lefevre, number 13, looks down, gets his sign, steps into the box. Corso gets a slight lead at first base. Josie the stretch and the pitch, a little low, ball one.
It's always great to see the timing and the little cat and mouse game between not only the runner but the pitcher as well. You'll see them just do a quick throw to the catcher and then just pause, throw again.
And he's off, taken off, pitches outside. Vincent makes a good throw to second, and he is out. Colton Vincent with the gun to second base. Teal applies the tag, and there are two outs. Both runners out at second base.
Tigers cleaning up the base running game of Northport.
So we got two outs. Strike one, 1-1.
Not very often you get the first two outs like that. Throw from right field, and then from the catcher.
1-2. 2-1. And it's low, 3-1. 2-2. We'll get it right. 2-2. There we go. The umpire set us straight. There we go. Strike three. That'll end the inning.
1-2-3, just how you drew it up.
Yeah, for Northport, no runs. One hit, nobody left on base at the end of one half inning. No score. Yeah, number 6, Teal. All righty, Northport out on the field now. Ben Crizzen getting his warm-up pitches in for the Bobcats. We'll run down the Palmetto lineup for you tonight. Leading off, playing right field, number 1, Casey Rodriguez. Rodriguez made the great throw to nail the Bobcats' leadoff runner trying to stretch a single into a double. Harrison Teal, who made the tag, He plays shortstop. He'll bat second. Batting third for the Tigers tonight, pitcher, number 2, Jacob Josie. Batting cleanup tonight for Palmetto, the catcher, number 11, Colton Vincent. Batting fifth and at first base, number 21, Logan Frazier. Batting sixth at third base tonight for the Tigers, number 18, Gunnar Womer. Ty Hooks is your left fielder. He'll bat seventh, number 28. Austin Hart will bat eighth. He's at second base, number 27. Brock Blaney is the designated hitter tonight. He'll bat ninth. And Byron Acevedo is the center fielder. He's number 7. Acevedo had a nice outing in the loss to Venice 1-0 last week. Came out on relief of Josie in that game. Scoreless contest until the last inning. Venice won, 4 out of the last 6 state championships. Coach Glass says you want to be the best, you got to play the best.
Yeah, anytime you can go toe-to-toe with a team like that, defending champion and a team that always gets to the championship, even a 1-0 loss, there's no such thing as a statement loss.
No.
But to go toe-to-toe with a team like that is definitely boosts your confidence a little bit.
Yeah, if you're going to get better, you got to play good competition. You're not going to get stronger by beating up on some weaker opponents.
Yeah. That first game of the year, and
Palmetto's got a lot of young guys, so the more experience they can gain against, the more experienced clubs from around the area, it's got nothing but positives there.
Yeah, only 4 seniors on this team, so a lot of experience still to be learned, and should bode well for the future, but we're in the present.
And here we go, Tigers in the bottom of the first inning, leading off, right fielder number 1, Casey Rodriguez. Did they ever give us our stats? I didn't see them, did you? Oh, you got him.
I do.
Very cool.
Rodriguez is...
I'll leave you in charge of that, Matt.
I guess I'll be the stat guy for now.
And he lays down a bunt. Nice fielded. The catcher gets out there. Safe. Base hit.
Showing off the wheels. That is Rodriguez's 3rd hit of the year. Now 3 for 16. And I'm not talking stone cold. Anytime I could throw in a wrestling jab,
why not?
Definitely take the opportunity.
Now batting for the Tigers shortstop, number 6, Harrison Teal. Before he gets in the box, he takes a look at Coach Glass down at third as he gives instructions to both Teal and the base runner Rodriguez. Kreisen from the stretch with a man on first. Takes a look at the runner. And the pitch. Little high, ball 1.
Teal actually has a 300 batting average and leads the team in hits. So, would like to see here, obviously I'm not the coach, but it'd be fun to see a little hit and run to start off the game. You're still early, so you might catch some guys sleeping.
Kreisen from the stretch takes a look over at the runner at first, and the pitch outside. 2-0.
It's funny how much the dynamic switches. The saying always is, you always have a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And every starting pitcher, they want to go in first inning, get a nice 1-2-3 going. So. And
there's a grounder to short. Shortstop fields it cleanly, gets the runner at second on the force, not in time. So Teal gets a fielder's choice. He's on first. They erase Rodriguez at second. 1 out, and the pitcher Jacob Josie coming up to the plate.
Just a good hard baseball play right there. No Chase Huntley on the slide.
Didn't take him out, just kind of went into the bag. Wasn't much he could do there. The ball was there a good 2 or 3 seconds before he was able to reach the bag.
They don't have the slide rule here, do they?
You got to be safe. Yeah, you can't do anything crazy down there. Teal gets the lead, and he's off on the first pitch, and a hit and run. Nice play by the first baseman. Is he going to get in time? And he gets him.
Bang, bang play.
Almost a double play. And Teal, being the ever-alert base runner, didn't even slow down at second. He went on to third. They get the out at first, so Josie's erased. Nice play by Brandon Muniz. He made a stab in the hole. Looked like the ball was going to right field, and he stopped it. Got the runner at first. And that'll bring up Colton Vincent, the cleanup hitter. And he steps in the box. We got 2 outs, man on third.
Vincent actually leads the team in doubles, playing catcher.
First pitch, low and outside.
Always love seeing a power-hitting catcher. Reminds me of Mike Piazza.
In case we need it. And there's a drive down the right field line. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Tigers, we have no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. At the end of 1 complete inning, no score.
It says 5 pitches. No runs scored, but love the aggressiveness that's going on. I don't care what sport it is. If you're more aggressive than the other team, there's a high chance you're going to come out on top. Hopefully it continues into the second inning.
And it'll give us a chance to run down the entire Northport lineup. We didn't get a chance to do that the first time. Center fielder Charlie Davidson leads off for the Bobcats. He's number 18, plays center field. Brandon Corso in right field, number 22, bats second. Dominic Lefevre, the left fielder, number 13, is third. Their cleanup hitter, first baseman Brandon Munoz, number 14, made a great play in the first inning that may have prevented a run. Their catcher tonight, batting fifth, number 8, Kennedy Stevens. Playing third base, number 11, Logan Polston, bats sixth. Batting seventh, Dylan Garrett, the second baseman. Batting eighth, Cody Britton, the shortstop, number 3. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, Ethan Crizen, and he bats for his brother, Ben, who's the starting pitcher for Northport tonight.
I wonder how that was for them growing up. If one was always just a pitcher, the other one was the hitter.
Probably flip-flopped. He'll probably get some at-bats. He was the winning pitcher. He got the save Friday. Northport is 2-0 on the year. They beat Lemon Bay 11-6 last Tuesday, and they beat Hardy 4-1 on Friday. Crizen got the save in relief of Charlie Davidson, the center fielder tonight. Josie gets his last warm-up pitch in. Vincent fires down to second to Teal, and he flips back to Austin Hart. They throw it around the infield, and we're ready for second inning action.
After the scoreless first for the Tigers, that is now 7 consecutive innings of scoreless baseball.
Leading off for the Bobcats in the top of the second, their cleanup hitter, first baseman Brandon Munoz.
Unfortunately, they also haven't scored in 7 innings, so hopefully one streak ends while the other one keeps going.
And Josie's first pitch is low and away, ball 1. Josie going from the windup with nobody on base, gets the signal from Vincent, and again, a little low, 2-0. Josie in the line, gets the sign and the pitch. A little low again, 3-0. So Josie's struggling to find a plate early on. 3-0 and the pitch. There you go. There's a strike outside corner.
Sometimes you just need that first one. Kind of like basketball, seeing the ball go through the net. Just get that first strike and then you can take a breath and relax.
And there's the pitch. Grounder foul down the third base line. Umpire gives Vincent a new ball. He tosses it back to Josie, and we'll do this again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Josie gets the sign, wind up, and the pitch. Ball 4 outside.
Kept trying to attack that outside corner.
I guess you got to be careful with a cleanup hitter, so to speak, but
absolutely.
A little too careful there. That brings up the catcher, number 8, Kennedy Stevens for the Bobcats. This is a big boy.
Yeah, normally a catcher, you'd be thinking double play, probably a slow runner, but high school baseball, it's a little bit different. Still,
when Munoz on first, Josie goes from the stretch, and the first pitch is a strike.
Still spry legs.
Frazier holding the runner on first. Josie from the stretch gives him a look, gets the sign from Vincent, and the pitch. Faked the bunt, didn't go all the way around. It was a little high. Ball 1, 1-1. So Northport looks like they might be trying to play a little small ball here.
Yeah, interesting having the number 5 hitter do that, but hey, gotta do what you do to win.
And the pitch, it looks like he was squaring again. Pulled the bat back, and it's a strike. So he's got 2 strikes now. Bunting might not be an option.
I would not go with that, but
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, I've seen crazier things out there.
Munoz gets his lead from first. Josie from the stretch, and the pitch. And he fouls it off to the right side, out of play into the parking lot.
Hope that doesn't hit my car.
I think it got Tim's car. PA announcer. Sorry, Tim.
I was thinking about that. I was
parking That's why I parked back here.
Based my whole parking decision.
Josie in the stretch, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for the first out.
That's 2 strikeouts so far in the game.
And that'll bring up third baseman, number 11, Logan Polston for the Bobcats. And with Munoz still on first, Josie in the stretch. Gives the runner a check, gets the sign from Vincent, and the pitch. Low, ball 1. When he's missing low, which is a good place to miss. You don't want to miss in the heart of the plate.
That's what my coaches always told me. Keep it low, keep it low, keep it low. The worst that can happen is a ground ball. Most of the time.
And there's a pitch down the middle. Fly ball to center field. Acevedo back, makes the catch. Runner holds it first. Acevedo gets it into Hart. To Teal. Throws it to Hart. And we have 2 outs.
When you're a designated fielder, like Acevedo is, you know you got to be good at your position. Especially at 9th grade, too. It's going to be fun to see him the next 4 years.
Next up for the Bobcats, second baseman number 4, Dylan Garrett. With Munoz on first, Josie from the stretch, and the pitch. Inside and high, ball 1.
Sweet chin music. Not that it was personal.
No, not at all. Got to keep them thinking. Up, down, in, out.
Yeah.
You don't want to get them comfortable in the box.
Keep them honest.
Stretch and the pitch. A little low, ball 2. Munoz doesn't look like he's making any effort to try to steal a base. His lead's not very big at all at this point. Frazier holding him close. Josie from the stretch gives him a quick look. Gets his sign and the pitch. And there's a ground ball to the right side. Hart, goes off his glove and into right field. So Garrett gets on first with an error of second baseman Hart. Keeps the inning alive.
As great as the throwing has been so far for the Tigers, with the catcher throwing out to second and also the right field play, the fielding itself has been a little bit shaky. But
now batting for the Bobcats, we have the shortstop, number 3, Cody Britton, with a runner on first and second. Josie from the stretch still. That pitch was low, ball 1. You got Munoz on second, Garrett on first, and the pitch. And there's a shot to left field. Plenty of room. Comes in and makes the catch. So for Northport in the second, no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base at the end of 1.5, no score. Yep, here we go. Leading off for the Tigers in the bottom of the second, first baseman number 21, Logan Frazier, with Ben Crizen on the mound. From the windup and the pitch. Fouled back, strike 1. Frazier, a Manatee transfer, big boy, plays first base, throws lefty, bats righty.
Just like myself.
And he looks down for Coach Glass to get his sign. Crizen peers in at his catcher, gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch. Grounder to short. Shortstop fields cleanly, throws to first, and there's 1 out.
That was only Frazier's 10th at bat of the year, one of the fewest amounts on the Tiger roster.
And that'll bring up third baseman Gunnar Womer, number 18. Nice play by the shortstop Britton to get the first out. Krisen on the mound, peers in to get his sign from Stevens. And he's into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Womer. Strike one.
Tigers seem to be swinging pretty early in the count. Goes back to the aggression I was saying.
Krisen, the pitch. And that one's low, 1-1. We got a gun up here in the press box. Shows Krisen's in the 80s. 78 that time? Krisen with the pitch. Swing fouled off just past Coach Class down the third base line.
Hovering around 80s.
On deck for the Tigers, left fielder Ty Hooks, who made that impressive play in the top of the second inning to end the threat. Looks like Womer might have injured a toe or something. Looks like he's walking something off here. No ball, or 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the second, we got no score. And Ben Krisen from the wind and the pitch, curveball, didn't curve. Stayed inside and high. 2-2.
You can get such weird injuries in baseball. The way your muscles move as you're violently swinging just gets weird and twitchy.
And there's a grounder. Krisen gets off the mound, makes the field attempt, throws it away. So Womer gets on first. Ball gets by the first baseman. He's going to go to second, and he's in there. So Womer reaches on an error by the pitcher, Krisen. The ball sailed past Muniz into right field, and Womer got to second base. So we have a man in scoring position and 1 out, and that brings up Ty Hooks, the left fielder.
That's why they practice out on the first day of spring training in the major leagues.
So Frazier grounded out to short to begin the frame. Womer hit a little dribbler to the mound. Krisen fielded it cleanly and then threw it away. So he's on second. And left fielder Ty Hooks. He takes a glance down at Coach Glass, who's giving instructions to Womer at second. Krisen from the stretch gets his sign, checks back, steps off the rubber. That's what you were talking about, Matt. Throwing off the timing of the runner, stepped off the rubber there. He's peering in to get his sign from Stevens. As the second baseman and shortstop try to keep Womer close to the bag. Here comes the pitch. That's a strike.
Yeah, anytime,
1-1.
Anytime you can play head games out there, it completely throws you off your psyche.
Gotcha. And there's a grounder to third. Nice play. And he throws on to first for the out. Second out. Logan Polston saved a run with that play, no doubt.
Put it on the ESPN highlight reel.
Womer gets to third base on the throw out. So we have a runner at third with 2 outs. So Polston robbed Ty Hooks of a base hit and an RBI there.
Just 2 innings. We've seen play after play in the field. Just great all around to start out this game.
Next up, designated hitter number 9, Brock Blaney. And he's batting for Hart in Hart's place.
Ball.
2 out hits. Big component of the game.
That first pitch a little high, 1-0. Krisen with the runner on third, still going from the stretch. Gets a sign from... And the pitch. Fouled right in front of the plate. 1-1.
Pretty big gap up the middle. Nice to see a straight frozen rope right up the middle.
One and one. Krisen looks into Stevens to get his sign. Womer leads off third just a bit in foul territory, and the pitch. And it gets away from the catcher. Swing. And Womer's going to score the game's first run on a wild pitch.
Wasn't sure at first if maybe the hitter had gotten a piece of that, but apparently not.
I think it was way outside. He swung and it went into the dirt. So we have our first run of the game. Palmetto leads 1-0. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Blaney still at the plate. Count on him is 1-2.
Get it any way you can.
1-2.
Krisen goes back to the windup. Gets his sign and the pitch.
Ball.
Inside, 2-2.
6-2.
So that'll be an unearned run. Krisen in the wind and the pitch. And it hits him. Blaney takes one off the shoulder, runs down to first base. Seems to be okay.
Second hit batter of the game. And the first batter to get hit is now at the plate.
That'll bring up Byron Acevedo, the center fielder. Number 7 for the Tigers, 9th place hitter. He takes he bats left-handed, throws left-handed. He glances down at Coach Glass, gets his indication as to what he wants to do here. Blaney takes a look as well. He's leading off first.
Decent lead for Blaney.
Krisen from the stretch, and the pitch. Strike 1, inside corner.
Now, you already got 1 run here. Do you push the envelope, try to get second, see what you can do there, or let it just play out with your number 1 hitter?
There you go. Fouled back, Acevedo. No balls, 2 strikes on the 9th grade center fielder / pitcher. His brother Kevin played center field for the Tigers a couple seasons ago. Krisen steps off the rubber. Reset things a bit. Peers into Stevens for the sign. He's from the stretch.
Oh.
And Blaney took off a little early. Did he avoid the tag? Krisen stepped off the rubber. He had Blaney. It would have been a rundown. He threw it to the second baseman. He dropped the ball. So Blaney, safe at second base, got another runner in scoring position.
Had him caught red-handed.
So Acevedo can add to the lead here with a base hit. Krisen will still work from the stretch with a runner at second. Shortstop and second baseman try to keep him close. Second baseman races to the bag. Shortstop coming in behind as well. Krisen from the stretch. And the pitch fouled back to the third base side. We'll do it again. 0-2.
That's got to fluster Krisen, knowing you were going to be out of the inning, going to the dugout, only down 1, and just couldn't execute. That's the beauty of high school sports, though, you know. They're not professionals. They're just out there.
Out there having fun, learning the game.
Sheer love of the game. Out there hustling, giving it their all. And it's bound to happen from time to time. That's all right. We're all human.
On deck for the Tigers, leadoff hitter, right fielder Casey Rodriguez. And Krisen from the stretch, try to keep the runner close. Acevedo gives it a ride to center field, and a diving catch. He's robbed by the guy. Charlie Davidson makes the catch for the Bobcats, robbing Acevedo of a RBI and a base hit. But we did get on the board for Palmetto in the bottom of the second inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left on base at the end of 2 full innings. Palmetto leads 1-0. We'll step aside for this break. For the Bobcats, designated hitter number 19, Ethan Krisen, brother of pitcher, and the guy he's DHing for, Ben Krisen.
We got 27 pitches and 2 strikeouts so far for Jacob Josie.
And Josie from the wind and the pitch. High, ball 1.
I think one of the biggest things in a baseball game is after you score a run, especially that first initial run.
That pitch is a strike, 1-1.
It's always key for the next inning to, be the stopgap. Don't let them get back into the game.
And there's a grounder to the right side. Hart slides in front of it. Nice play. Throws on to first for the out. So Austin Hart Taking a base hit away from Ethan Krisen, the designated hitter there for the first out of the inning.
I'm counting 4 highlight reel plays right now, 2, I believe, for each team.
And that'll bring up Charlie Davidson, the center fielder, who robbed our center fielder, Byron Acevedo, of a hit in the bottom half of the second. So Davidson at the dish, Josie from the wind, and the pitch. High, ball 1.
Second baseman Austin Hart also going to the University of Florida next year, so congratulations to him.
Josie gets his sign, and he winds, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Josie from the wind, and the pitch. Low and inside. That's 2-1.
Keeping it low. I like it.
On deck for the Bobcats, right fielder Brandon Corso. A lot of lefties in this lineup. That pitch is outside, 3-1.
This will be the second time through the lineup for Josie.
And there's a fly ball to left field. Hooks, can't see it. I don't think he can see it. And it bounces behind him. He lost it in the lights. And Davidson's in with a stand-up double. He did not see that ball.
Yeah, not for a second. He put his arms up right away like he was playing at Tropicana Field.
It got lost in the ceiling there. As you see, the ball was hit left-handed batter right down the left field line. He ran it out the whole way, but as you can see there, Hooks just lost it. It bounced about 3 feet to his right, and Davidson's in with a double. So he's in scoring position with Corso, the right fielder, at the plate. Got to give him a double. He never touched it. And there's a grounder down third, foul ball. Corso, another left-handed hitter, plays right field.
Lefty-lefty combo. Play to your strengths and advantages. Northport actually able to reach second base this time without getting thrown out.
Hooks made a great play to end the second inning. Had no trouble with that fly ball, but that one was pretty high. I can see where you could probably lose it in the lights right over here to our right.
Yeah, I probably would have lost it too.
There's a grounder back to Josie. Josie throws to third, and Womer puts on the tag for the second out. Corso reaches first on a fielder's choice.
I'm going to count that one as well. Now 5 highlight reel plays in this game.
Yeah, Josie made a nice play to field it and saw the guy was taken off for third, turned and made the throw. So 2 outs. Left fielder Dominic Lefevre now in for the Northport Bobcats, a right-handed batter. And with Corso on first, Josie will pitch from the stretch. He looks over at Frazier, who's holding the runner, gets the sign from Vincent, and the pitch, low. Nice stop from Colton. Keep it in front of him, 1 ball, no strikes.
Northport's been doing that fake steal every single time they've been on the base. Bet you one of these times, they're just playing possum for now, but don't know when
he's calling it a strike. Must have caught the inside corner, or he went around. So that's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Josie looks into Vincent, gets his sign, takes a look over at the runner on first. And there's a slow dribbler to short. Teal comes in, makes a nice play onto first, but he pulls Frazier off the bag, so have to give him an infield single. And Corso moves up to second. So a little dribbler, Teal charged the ball, had to make a great throw to get him in time, but the throw pulled Frazier off the bag, infield single. So 2 hits in the inning for the Bobcats. That brings up first baseman Brandon Muniz. Got a runner on first and second, 2 outs.
That's why baseball is such a fickle game. You hit a...
And there's a deep drive to center field. Acevedo going back, and he's got it to end the inning. So Muniz gave it a ride. Nice play by Acevedo to rob him of a double in the gap. We got 1-0 Palmetto as they come up in the bottom half of the third inning. Ben Crizen taking the last of his warm-up pitches, with Casey Rodriguez, the right fielder, leading off for Palmetto here in the third inning. Northport had a scoring opportunity, let it slip through their fingers. Josie made a good play to catch the runner between second and third. And Acevedo made a great play, and the last batter, Munez, hit a screamer to the left center field gap. Acevedo ran it down to end the inning. And here we go, bottom of the third. Casey's got quite a few fans here tonight.
Yeah, getting a lot of love from the crowd.
So Crizen will go from the windup, nobody on base, looks in to get a sign from Stevens, and the wind and the pitch. Inside corner, strike one. Crizen once again gets a sign from Stevens, and the pitch. And there's a shot to the second baseman, fields it cleanly, on to first for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down.
It's funny, I feel like every hard hit ball by the Tigers so far has just been, it's been well hit, but just right at the fielder. And then they hit a little dribbler, and they get the single, so.
Nice play by Dylan Garrett, first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Harrison Teal.
This sport sometimes will just make you rip your hair out. Always worth it, though.
And there's a grounder to his counterpart at short, and he misplayed it.
Oh, he's going for, looked like he was going for 2 for a second.
So Britton with the miscue, and Teal gets on an error. He got hit by a pitch last at bat, and this time he's on an E6. So 1 man on, 1 man out. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jacob Josie, for the Tigers. Teal gives a glance across the diamond at Coach Glass, and before he steps in the box, so does Josie. Crizen will be going from the stretch here. He checks Teal at first, and it looks like Teal was leaning. Crizen throws over to first. Teal gets back safely. It was close.
Yeah, trying to get that extra inch.
I think he was leaning towards going on that one. Teal again takes a little glance at Coach Glass. Crizen from the stretch and the pitch. Outside ball 1. Tries to throw to first base. Teal back safely. Crizen getting his signal from Stevens. Holds the runner at first. Oh, and he was leaning, and he got him. He's got him in a pickle, and they get him easily. Teal picked off first. He's out 3-6, so there's 2 outs. Crizen knew he was going.
Yeah, Teal actually leads the team in stolen bases, so looks like Northport did their research there.
Yeah, you can tell he went on the first move, and as soon as he took off, Crizen threw over there, and it was all over but the crying. So we got 2 outs, 3-6.
Yeah, it keeps you humble.
There's a strike, 1-1.
I'll always take a team being aggressive, though. Frustrates me.
With nobody on, Crizen now will go from the windup. Gets a sign from Stevens. And the pitch to Josie. Grounded back to the shortstop. Nice sliding stop. He throws on. Ooh, no, he throws it away. He made a great stop. Not so much on the throw. So that's 2 errors in the inning for Britton. And that'll bring up cleanup hitter, catcher, Colton Vincent.
Yeah, not the best inning for Britton, but you got to stay confident. You got to stay positive.
Well, he did a good job of coming in and cutting that ball off.
Yeah.
He took it before it took a bad hop, but I don't think he had his feet set when he made the throw, and he pulled the first baseman way wide, and it went down there. And Josie's on first now with 2 outs, and Vincent, his battery mate at the plate.
Fielding has been the name of the game so far for Northport.
First pitch, a strike.
A couple of mistakes here and there. It's opened the door for Palmetto to take the only run in this game.
Vincent takes a glance at Glass.
Say that 5
As does Josie from first base. Crizen from the stretch throws over to keep him close. Josie's back.
Teal may have gotten caught, but it definitely has kept the pitcher thinking about it nonstop. Maybe not nonstop, but definitely in the back of his head.
Krisen has his sign from the stretch, and the pitch bounces away from the catcher, Stevens, and Josie will advance to second base. So now the Tigers have a runner in scoring position. Their cleanup hitter at the plate. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Yeah, no one else the Tigers would really want up at the plate right now.
That pitch got away, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
33 pitches now for Krisen.
With a runner on second, from the stretch, try to keep the runner close.
Could easily be cut in half.
And here's the pitch, low and away, 2-1. Britton and Garrett will do their best to try to keep Josie close to the bag. You don't want to give him a few extra steps towards a run if Vincent can deliver here with a base hit. Krisen's got his signal. He's from the stretch. Garrett chases Josie back. That's ball. 3-1, low and inside.
He almost looks like a mongoose out there on second base, just jumping up and down, back and forth.
Josie takes a lead off second. Garrett, the second baseman, tries to keep him close, as does Britton, the shortstop. Krisen from the stretch, and the pitch. High, ball 4. So Vincent takes a base on balls, and that'll bring up first baseman number 21, Logan Frazier. We have a pinch runner, too. Josh Mitchell, number 26. Running for Vincent, who's the catcher. They want him to be able to get in and get his gear on quickly. So courtesy runner, Josh Mitchell for Vincent at first base.
Logan Frazier has 1 RBI on the year. Looking for a second here, and with 2 ducks on the pond, no better time to get it started.
Frazier grounded out to shortstop his first time up. First pitch, low, strike 1. With runners on first and second, Krisen going from the stretch. He gets his sign from Stevens. Gets set to come to the plate, and the pitch. Ball passes by, gets by the catcher. Runners will advance. Josie now at third. Vincent moves up to second. So 2 ducks on the pond for Mr. Frazier. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
That's 3 pass balls now, and hindsight's always 20/20. And the other flip of the side of playing so fast is, possibly Teal could have scored there, but you live and you learn. Two out hits. As I said before, makes or breaks games sometimes.
And the pitch, strike 2 to Frazier, so 1-2.
Now's the time you choke up a little bit. You just want to make some contact. Northport, as we've said, has had a couple miscues in the field, so...
Looks like they're playing Frazier to pull. They're giving him plenty of room in right center field, so if he can get one over the second baseman's head. And there's the pitch, fouled back to the right side. 1-2. Good 2-strike hitting there. Fight it off. Get another pitch this time.
Fight to see another
Square it
day.
up.
1-2.
Always try to be like those pesky Kansas City Royals of World Series 2 years ago. Just never struck out, always made contact. Put it on the opponent, not on you.
And another 1-2 pitch fouled off by Frazier. We'll do it again.
You always see the moxie of a pitcher, how he can pitch when he's got runners on base in tough situations. Anyone can cruise out there when no one's getting on base.
Krisen from the stretch, and the pitch. There's a base hit to left field. That's going to bring 1 run in. Josie scores. They hold Vincent at third, and the throw gets away from the catcher. And Frazier moves up to second with an RBI single to make it 2-0 Palmetto here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
clutch hitting there, and that'll get you more looks by the coach coming in. Like I said, 2-out hits changes everything. A really pressure team.
That brings up the third baseman, Gunnar Womer, with another chance to knock in some runs. 2 ducks on the pond.
Gotta say, I'm a big fan of the name Gunnar. Reminds me of Gunnar Stahl from the Mighty Ducks, even though he was a villain. Very talented.
First pitch fouled off by Womer. 0-1. You got Vincent on third. Frazier on second. 2 outs. Top of the third inning. Palmetto leads 2-0. Crism with the stretch and the pitch. Again, fouled down the third baseline. Makes the count 0-2.
Almost a great play made by the third base coach.
Yeah, he stuck that helmet out there. Come on, coach, barehanded. You don't need a helmet.
Yeah, set an example for the kids. Actually, the right example would be using your glove, but...
Yeah, I don't think he's got one available. And that pitch is outside. 1-2 on Womer, the third baseman. Hoping to add to Palmetto's 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third.
Nice little 2-out rally so far.
Crism gets the sign from Stevens. Womer steps out of the box, calls time. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crism gets a sign from Stevens. He's in the stretch and the pitch. Foul ball down the third base side, out of play. And we'll do it again, 1-2.
You know, everyone complains baseball's too slow, they need to speed it up and things like that. And then I watch a game like this and I don't see the problem. Everyone's going pretty quickly. You're in, you're out.
And it's early in the season, so it'll only get better, right?
Oh.
And here's the pitch, fouled off again. Womer hanging tough.
Yeah, that was a real defensive swing. It almost looked like he was jumping out of the way as if he was getting hit by the pitch in the last second swung.
Looks like we're running out of baseballs. Womer's fouled off so many, the umpire's asking for balls. And here we go, we're ready to go again. Womer is in the box. Crism looks in for his sign from Stevens. We got 2 outs, 2 on. And from the stretch, and the pitch. High, 2-2.
2 outs, 2 on, 2-2 count. 2-0 game.
Deuces are wild.
Everything except the inning.
And there are 2 ducks on the pond. Crism looks in, gets a sign from Stevens. He's in the stretch, checks his runners, pitch to the plate, and there's a shot. Womer hits it in the left center field. The center fielder's back. Mitchell makes the catch. Womer gave it a ride, but Mitchell ran it down. So for the Tigers in the bottom of the third, we got 1 run on 2 hits and 2 runners left on base. At the end of 3 full innings, Palmetto 2, Northport 0.
Covered a lot of ground there. He made it look easy, but definitely had to put in a lot of effort for that. Was not a can of corn.
We back? All right, we're back. Mike Van Zerk Field, Palmetto High School. 3 full innings. Palmetto leads 2-0. We have a change. Now pitching for the Tigers, Logan Frazier. And we'll get the rest of the changes for you here in just a minute. It looks like Josie's moved to shortstop. Kyle Quills is now playing first base. So Josie moves to short, Frazier goes to the mound, and Quills comes in to play first base. Frazier a lefty. So Josie pitched 3 innings, gave up no runs and 2 hits. As we get ready to start the Northport 4th inning, leading off for them, catcher Kennedy Stevens. He'll be the first batter to face Frazier.
As a left-hander myself, I always hold a special place in my heart for other lefties on the mound. Lefties do everything right.
What is that saying? Bill Lee, former Red Sox pitcher. If you're right-handed, you use the left side of your brain. You're left-handed, right side of the brain. So left-handers are the only ones in the right frame of mind.
Ah.
You probably don't even know who Bill Lee is, do you? Great philosopher, former Red Sox pitcher.
I'll plead the 5th on that one.
And the first pitch to Stevens, strike 1. Frazier, big, tall lefty. Vincent still the catcher. From the wind and the pitch. Grounder to Josie at short. He comes in, charges Fields on to first to Kyle Quills for the first out. So 6-3 on the putout. And that'll bring up third baseman Logan Polston, who made a great play in the 2nd inning to rob Palmetto of a run.
You'd think not pitching anymore, you get maybe even one batter to relax, but nope. Josie's right back in it making plays.
Frazier gets the sign from the wind and the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. On deck for the Bobcats, second baseman Dylan Garrett. That's a strike. Evens the count at 1-1.
Right now the Tigers have 9 consecutive innings of no runs allowed, so Frazier will try to keep up what Josie's been doing.
And that's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Frazier's coming in here pumping it into the zone. No free rides here. Charlie Top. Low and away, evens the count 2-2.
Again, just like Josie, Frazier is pounding the outside corner.
Must have read the scouting report on these guys. Frazier gets the sign and the pitch. Strike 3.
Got
2
him
down.
looking. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And that's 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning for Northport. We have a pinch hitter. Now batting for Dylan Garrett is number 9, Charlie Top. So Frazier will face a pinch hitter here. He peers into Vincent to get his sign from the windup, and here comes the pitch. Strike 1, fastball outside corner.
It's just a strike machine right now.
He got the lead, throw strikes.
Just keep pumping them.
Frazier again gets his sign from the wind and the pitch. Grounded just outside of third. 0-2.
Even though it's the first inning, for Frazier that is, it seems like he's in a nice rhythm.
Gets a new ball from the third base umpire, gets back to the mound. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Northport trails 2-0. We're in the top half of the 4th inning from Palmetto High School. That pitch high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the pinch hitter, Charlie Top.
They always talk about changing the eye level of the hitter.
I wonder if he's related to Carrot Top.
For his sake.
Can't be.
For his sake, I hope he's not.
I don't see red hair on his head, so. And Top with a base hit through the right side between short and third, so a 2-out rally by the Bobcats. He rounds first. Hooks gets the ball back into the infield. So Northport has a runner on with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning.
He wasn't top heavy on that one.
Next up for Northport, shortstop, Cody Britton. who's made a couple good plays in tonight's game. He also has had a couple errors. And there he goes. Nice base hit to left field. First pitch. Lines it over to the third baseman's head. So Northport's got something cooking here. 2 outs, 2 men on.
Yeah, best way to make up for your field plays, get it done with the bat.
And it looks like we might have another pitcher, a pinch hitter, a left-hander. Patrick Smith batting for designated hitter Ethan Krisen. So another pinch hitter will face Frazier. This one a lefty. So Frazier with runners on will go from the stretch. Looks into Vincent to get his sign. Checks the runners and the pitch. Nice stop by Vincent. That one was in the dirt. Could have led to advanced runners, but Vincent blocked it nicely.
Vincent hasn't had to be too active tonight, but when his number is called, he's came through blocking that stop there.
Well,
the runner out in the first.
As you pointed out last inning, they've had 3 pass balls, and our guy's been doing a nice job of blocking the plate. And then Frazier makes a bad throw into center field on a pickoff attempt, and the runner's going to move up to third. So Frazier turned and tried to get the runner at second base. He made a bad throw into center field. Hart couldn't stop it. Acevedo did, but by that point the guy was at third. So now we have runners at first and third with 2 outs.
Just when we had it, it gets jinxed. I know that wasn't a pass ball, but not great.
1-0 on the pinch hitter Smith. Frazier kicks and whine, and it's outside. So it's 2-0. So this is one of those situations where the Frazier's had a hard time here. Got to regain that composure and get your team out of the inning and get in and get some more runs for yourself.
Yeah, it was all good 3 batters ago.
And it can still be fine. Just get the batter here. 2 balls, no strikes. Frazier from the stretch and the pitch. Grounded to second. Hart over makes the play, flips to Quills, and that'll end it. So Palmetto avoids damage there for Northport in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on base. At the end of 3.5, Palmetto 2, Northport nothing.
Frazier keeps the donuts on the board.
All right, here we are at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. Prep baseball action between the host Tigers and the visiting Northport Bobcats. We've played 3.5 innings. Palmetto leads 2-0. And they get ready to come to the plate in the bottom of the 4th. Leading off, left fielder Ty Hooks. That first pitch is fouled. 0-1. That pitch low and away, 1-1. Ben Critson still in the ball game for the Bobcats.
Hanging tough even at 51 pitches.
And that pitch bounces away from the catcher, Stevens. 2-1. It'll be Ty Hooks, Kyle Quills, and Brock Blaney will be batting. Last inning, Frazier moved to the pitcher. Josie went to short. Teal went to second. Hart came out of the game. Quills is now the first baseman.
Tough to keep track of. Sometimes I don't know how the umpire does it. I'd forget like right away.
He's got a little piece of paper. And Hooks swings and a miss for the first out.
Even if I had.
That brings up Blaney, the designated hitter. Krisen from the wind looks into Stevens to get his sign. And here comes the pitch. Curveball, little high, 1-0. Byron Acevedo on deck.
I feel like Kristen's been going outside, but then every now and then he'll sneak you in with an insider.
Blaney fouls that one off at the plate. 1-1.
Just what you should do as a pitcher.
Last time up, Blaney got hit by a pitch.
Yeah, really towing the line.
He takes a glance down at Coach Glass at third, gets back in the box. 1-1 pitch on the way. There's a grounder to second. Dylan in, makes the play. 4-3, 2 outs. And that'll bring up center fielder Byron Acevedo. He hit a rocket last time, but he hit it right at the center fielder.
Now, center fielder, number 7, Byron Acevedo.
All right, he's done it all night in center field. Let's see what he can do at the plate.
Acevedo gets the pitch from Krisen. Grounder to shortstop. It's going to deepen the hole. Makes a nice play to get there. And on to first. No. I think you're going to have to give him an infield single on that one. Even a good throw is going to be tough.
Yeah, that was bang, bang right there.
So I'm going to give him a base hit on that one. So Acevedo reaches on an infield single. And that brings up right fielder Casey Rodriguez.
Yeah, throw him a bone.
He's a freshman. Got to give him a few extra hits here.
Absolutely. That hustle down the line, the wheels he's got.
And Acevedo takes the lead. Krisen's going to be from the stretch. Acevedo glances over at Glass, see if there's a play on. And there's a grounder by Rodriguez to short. He gets on to second for the force, and that'll end the inning for Palmetto in the bottom of the fourth. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base at the end of 4 full innings. Palmetto leads 2-0. And back to Mike Van Zerk Field at Palmetto High School for the top of the 5th inning for the Northport Bobcats. Charlie Davidson, the center fielder, leads off. They trail Palmetto 2-0. As Logan Frazier begins his 2nd inning of work for the Tigers. The big lefty gets his sign from his catcher, Colton Vincent. The wind and the pitch. Bounced it. Ball 1. Lefty on lefty. Davidson, the left-handed center fielder. Frazier, the left-handed pitcher. Frazier's kind of imposing out there. When you we had Josie earlier, kind of a slight kid. Frazier's a big boy. And that pitch in the dirt, 2-0.
Yeah, he really takes control of the mound. Reminds you of almost like a Noah Syndergaard, or not that he.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, I'm not talking about the Heat, but just
He'll get there eventually. And Frazier glances in, gets the sign, and there you go. Release point was well on that one. Strike one. 2 balls and a strike. Those first 2 pitches, I think his release point was off just a bit. He bounced them. That one was just right.
that was a straight dart.
And here he is again in the wind, and the pitch to Davidson is strike 2. Evens it up.
He's tuned in now. That was a good call.
Over the top. Duplicate that motion, as the coaches tell you. And Frazier again looks into Vincent, gets his sign, and the pitch. Outside, full count. Davidson 0 for 2 tonight. And here's the pitch. Swing fouled back. Stays alive. Actually, Davidson had a single his first time up. Tried to stretch it into a double and was thrown out by Casey Rodriguez.
Yeah,
And he grounded out to the pitcher the first time he was up, or second time he was up. Frazier from the wind and the pitch. And there's a base hit by Davidson down the right field line. Rodriguez gets over there quickly. And having learned his lesson from the first inning, Davidson goes back to first.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Not going to test the arm this time.
Hey, you learn from your mistakes.
So Davidson leads off the 5th for the Bobcats with a single, bringing up right fielder Brandon Corso.
Yeah, especially first batter of the inning. You don't want to get out right away.
Corso was hit by a pitch his first time, grounded out his second time. Reached on a fielder's choice, actually. And there's a pitch by Frazier, gets by Vincent. And Davidson quickly to second base, makes a turn. Frazier takes a walk around the mound.
When I played, I was always more of a fan of being a pitcher than a hitter. I think it was because I was scarred this one time at a baseball tournament. I was going up against a pitcher who, the day before, had won the fastest pitch competition. First
a little
pitch,
intimidation, huh?
Yeah, first pitch drills me in the ribs.
Corso squares around to bunt, takes it back, ball's inside and low. So Frazier struggling with his release point again, 2-0.
Funny thing, though, was because it was a baseball tournament, there was pictures everywhere. My parents ended up getting a keychain of me right as the ball's hitting me in the ribs. They had a good laugh.
Memories,
huh? Yeah.
And that ball's low, 3-0. So Frazier takes a walk back around the mound. Looks in at Vincent. Gets ready to deliver the pitch.
Yes.
With Davidson on second, he'll go from the stretch.
Sometimes you just need to take a deep breath, collect your thoughts, and, regroup.
3-0. Here's the pitch. Strike, 3-1. Corso didn't show any signs of bunt on that one. But he's taking a glance down at his third base coach, Dan Pavlou. And we're ready to go. Back in the box. Frazier looks in to get a sign from Vincent. Checks the runner at second. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he squares around to bunt, fouls it back.
Yeah, I was always one when it was 3-0. I never wanted to swing. Just because, they always say, oh, unless it's a beach ball, go ahead. But I was always like, well, unless you crank a double or hit a home run, I was always nervous about you blew it. Each person's got a different mentality about it, I guess.
Frazier from the stretch, checks the runner at second, gets his sign. And here's the pitch. Ball 4. So 2 on, nobody out here. Frazier digging himself a little bit of a hole here in the top of the 5th inning. And that will get a visit from the pitching coach. Danny Carter taking a walk to the mound where he'll meet Vincent and they'll talk to Frazier.
Yeah, I think it's good timing for this. You could tell he's been laboring a little bit. As we talked about before, he had a smooth start, but, ever since the first 2 batters, hasn't been the best outing, but, hey, you're still in this. You just got to keep fighting.
Frazier last pitched on Friday when Palmetto defeated Tampa Catholic 3-1. And the chat is over. And for the Bobcats, that'll bring up left fielder Dominic Lefevre. With runners on first and second, nobody out.
Heart of the lineup.
Palmetto leads 2-0. With runners on base, Frazier will pitch from the stretch.
5th inning now. This could be the tipping point of the game.
Quills is creeping in at first in case there's a bunt. He squares around, pulls it back, pitches low and in the dirt, ball 1. So Kyle Quills is a little bit in the grass from his first base position. Third base is on the grass as well. Lefevre squared late on that first pitch.
I don't want to question the coach, but, I mean, you have your number 3 hitter up. Is that the guy you really want to have bunting? I mean, I guess there's no outs. Changes it up a little bit.
Frazier gets his sign and the pitch. Full hack there. No signs of bunting on that one. Lefevre takes a nice, healthy hack, fouls it back. 1-1.
Yeah, he was kicking himself at that one.
Yeah, I think he had a good pitch to hit. He missed it.
If I had $1 for every time that happened to me.
Lefevre takes a glance down at third base coach Pavlou. Runners on first and second. Frazier gets his sign from the stretch, and here's the pitch. In the dirt. 2-1. He's obviously struggling with his release point because everything's low. When he was throwing strikes, he had his release point right about here. He'll get back there. 2 balls and a strike. As Matt pointed out, this is the Bobcats' number 3 hitter. And he bunted that one. Nobody was expecting it. Frazier off the mound, throws to first. And he's safe. Teal was over there in time, but the ball bounced. And Lefevre beat it out. So now we have runners on every base. And the cleanup hitter, Brandon Muniz, the first baseman at the plate. So we got a big hole here. Davidson's on third, Corso's at second, and Lefevre, who squared around to bunt at the last minute. Nobody was expecting it, and he beat it out.
The scoreless inning streak is definitely in jeopardy right now, but
so
it ain't
Northport,
over till it's over.
bases loaded on the benefit of 2 singles and a walk. Frazier from the line now in the pitch. There you go. Found his release point that time. Swing and a miss by Muniz. Strike 1.
Just take it one at a time. I know you're always looking at the great picture, but it's how you build to get there is really the key in, building a sustainable outing.
And there's another good pitch by Frazier, and he gets another swing. So 0-2, quickly ahead of the cleanup hitter, Muniz. Bases loaded, nobody outs. We're in the top of the 5th inning here at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High. Frazier from the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for out number 1. Big pitches there.
Yeah, sometimes you just kind of need a swift kick in the behind to, really gear up and get things in motion.
And we got another pinch hitter for the Bobcats. This is number 2, Nathan Vetter. He's batting for the catcher, Kennedy Stevens. So Vetter with the bases loaded facing Frazier, who's in the wind. And here's the pitch. And he skies it to center field. Acevedo comes in about 5 steps. He's under the ball. He makes the catch. Nobody's able to tag so quickly. On 4 pitches, Logan Frazier's gotten 2 outs.
It ain't over till it's over.
So that'll bring up third baseman Logan Polston, who now has to come up with a big 2-out hit to get his team on the board. So Frazier struggled, bases loaded, managed to get the next 2 outs on 4 pitches. And from the windup, the big lefty kicks and throws, and there's a shot to right center field. And Acevedo made the catch, and it hit his glove and fell out. So 2 runs are going to score, 3 runs are going to score.
That is crushing.
Ball hit to right center field. Acevedo had a beat on it. It hit his glove and fell out.
Just when you think you're getting out of the inning after all that struggle. And Acevedo is usually a great outfielder, so this is very uncharacteristic of him.
They give him a 3-run double. That was a hard catch to make. Dropped it.
Absolutely.
So Northport takes the lead 3-2 on Logan Polston's 3-run double. Although Acevedo will probably tell you he should have had it.
Don't know, maybe if you saw Casey Rodriguez out of the corner of his eye.
And Charlie Top is again the hitter. Runner on second. Pitch from Frazier's low.
As a fan of the New York
1-0 on Charlie Top.
I've seen stuff like that happen to my team all the time.
Polston at second gets the lead. Frazier from the stretch and the pitch. High. 2-0 on Top. Top singled his only other at bat. He came on in the fourth, hitting for Dylan Garrett. There's a strike, 2-1. Two outs, top of the fifth. Northport leads Palmetto 3-2. Frazier from the stretch gets his sign, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So Frazier finds himself one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Polston gets his lead from second. Top skies it to center field. Acevedo camped underneath, and he makes the catch. For Northport in the fifth, 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 man left on base at the end of 4 1/2, 3-2. Northport leads Palmetto.
That sucked.
Here we are back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. And the Northport Bobcats are now leading this contest 3-2 as they bring on their second pitcher of the night, left-hander number 10, Tyler O'Boyle.
Got a battle of the lefties on the mound now.
Well, this guy would be a great pitcher for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Name like that.
Coming up right around the corner. I believe it's also the first day of March Madness. First 2 rounds. You got to pitch him on St. Patty's Day, right?
Absolutely.
It's almost a right.
And the first batter he'll face for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th inning will be second baseman Harrison Teal. O'Boyle makes his last warm-up toss. Catcher throws it down to second, and we're ready for action.
Now, if Northport's fan base had a sense of humor, anytime he got a strikeout or made a great play, they should go, O'Boyle rules, as a shout-out to Billy Madison.
And O'Boyle, big, tall lefty, kind of slight. Face Teal. Teal in the box. And the first pitch from O'Boyle is down low. 1-0.
6 hits for the Tigers so far, and 9 hits for Northport. Obviously looking to turn that around, but you know, sometimes.
And pitches inside 2-0.
Sometimes when a new pitcher comes on, some come, you know, firing out of the gate, in rhythm, ready to go. Others struggle at first.
And Teal with a line shot to center field. Good way to start the 5th. Base hit. And that'll bring up shortstop Jacob Josie.
Now Teal will stop stealing once so far. Josie's been arguably the best player so far for Palmetto, so better to keep as as many runners on base as you possibly can.
So O'Boyle will be going from the stretch for the first time. As Teal leads off, he checks him, gets his sign, and the pitch. Inside, 1-0. Josie glances down at Coach Glass, see if there's a play on. And the pitch. Josie skies it to center field. Davidson underneath it. And he's got it for the first out of the inning. Teal scampers back to first.
I think he just missed getting the barrel of the bat there. Still hit it pretty well, but an inch or two more on the fat part. And not saying it was going to be a home run, but Tigers definitely would be in business. But as they say, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
That'll bring up Colton Vincent, the catcher, with a man on first and 1 out. Palmetto trails 3-2, bottom of the 5th. And Vincent flares one over to second base into right field with a base hit. Teal goes into third, sliding, and Palmetto's in business. Colton Vincent with a base hit to right field. Teal goes to third. So the Tigers, runners on first and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th.
I'm surprised Corso went for that throw all the way to third base. I mean, Teal is known as a very fast runner. It seemed he already had a great jump as soon as the ball was hit. More negative than positive could have happened there. But
and that'll bring up Logan Frazier, the pitcher.
Good play by the third baseman to knock it down.
1 runner in scoring position. And I believe that's Josh Mitchell running for Vincent.
Series of momentous swings on the pendulum so far in this game. 2-0 lead, now 3-2. Tigers knocking on the door, though, so it's definitely been a pressure cooker this game.
Frazier gets in the box. O'Boyle will go from the stretch once again with runners on third. Teal, Vincent on first. And the pitch, curveball, high and outside. 1-0.
Teal chopping the footsteps on third like he's a wide
Glass
receiver.
is going through the signs. Frazier checks him, as do the base runners Teal and Vincent. Frazier gets a sign and the pitch. Low. Oh, we called it a strike. My bad.
Yeah, questionable at best. I think this ump's been pretty fair for the game, though. So.
1-1. Hey, it's a tough job. I wouldn't want to do it.
That's the thing for me. As long as you're consistent, if you're going to call high strikes, low strikes, whatever, just be consistent.
O'Boyle from the stretch checks his runners in the pitch. Curveball. Line down the third base line. That's in there for a base hit. And that's Frazier's second RBI hit of the night. And we have a tie game.
O'Boyle, just like O'Doyle and Billy Madison, going down.
3-3, and that brings up the third baseman, Gunnar Womer. Mitchell, the pinch runner for Vincent, moves up to second. And Frazier on first. Frazier 2 for 3 tonight, 2 RBIs. And the stretch from O'Boyle, Womer with a hefty cut, swing and a miss. 0-1.
All night, early swinging. Haven't stopped now. In this inning, it's been working.
The middle infielders for the Bobcats trying to keep Mitchell close at second. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the first baseman. He's going to go to second for 1. And on to first. Double play. Nice play by the Bobcats. So for Palmetto in the 5th, they get 1 run on 2 hits. 1 man left on base. At the end of 5 full innings, we're tied at 3. All right, we're back. Got a new pitcher for the Tigers, Byron Bickford. Frazier moves to first base. Quills comes out. And the first pitch from Bickford is high, ball 1.
Wonder if he goes by B square.
Batting for the Bobcats in the top of the 6th, shortstop Cody Britton. As Bickford gets his sign from Vincent, and the pitch outside 2-0. Bickford, a junior, number 12. And he's going from the line, nobody on base. And here's the pitch. 3-0. It'll be Britton and Smith and Davidson in the top of the 6th inning for Northport. Game's tied at 3. Bickford's got his sign from the line, and here's the pitch. Strike 1. 3-1.
I'm sure it's advanced from, how it's been in years past, but I wonder how intense the scattering report for, just for a team looking at another team. Like, this pitcher's in for the first time in the game. How do they know if he throws a changeup, a curveball, slider?
And there's a ground shot past the third baseman. Britton's on his way to second with a double. So Northport in business. Leadoff double by Britton. Brings up the designated hitter, number 17, Patrick Smith. So Bickford gets behind his first hitter. Hitter Britton takes advantage and lines a double down the left field line. So Bickford now will have to go from the stretch with a runner on second. Teal and Josie will do their best to keep the runner close. Bickford from the stretch gets his sign, and here's the pitch. Curveball, high, 1-0.
I don't think we've had a clean inning by either team since, the 2nd inning.
It's been a while.
It's all right. I'll take
Makes it interesting, though.
Yeah, action all the way.
Bickford from the stretch checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Curveball again. It gets in there, 1-1.
Attacking early with the off-speed.
Bickford again checks the runner at second from the stretch. And here's the pitch. Swing, high fly ball to right field. Rodriguez camped underneath, sets his feet, makes the throw to the cutoff man. Josie stops it. Runner cannot advance. So Smith out on a fly ball to Rodriguez in right for the first out.
It's almost like that first play of the game by Rodriguez when he threw the runner out at second. It just set the precedent where you're not going to mess with this guy at all. It's like you don't throw on Yoenis Cespedes, you're not going to run on him either.
And that brings up the Bobcat center fielder, Charlie Davidson.
Speaking of getting thrown out at second.
Davidson had a good night at the plate and in the field, made a couple nice catches in center. He's 2 for 3 at the dish, scored a run. He got things going for Northport last inning. And we got some kind of their intentional walk. So Davidson won't get a pitch. Intentional walk. He goes down to first. That'll bring up Brandon Corso, the right fielder. There's that new rule Major League Baseball is supposed to be tinkering with about when you have an intentional walk, you just say go to first base. They don't throw the pitches anymore.
How do you feel about that?
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean,
you take away an element of the game like that. What happens if he'd have been doing the intentional walk?
I was literally about to say that.
I mean, so Corso hit by a pitch on the first pitch from Bickford, so now we got bases loaded. So there you go. If he would have actually had to throw pitches to Davidson, who's to know if the ball gets by the catcher? I mean, there's so many variables. But hey, I don't make the rules. I just watch the game.
Too. An intentional walk takes like 10 seconds. And yeah, it is exciting if, the pitcher overthrows it or he does throw it too close. Baseball's trying to speed up the game in these weird ways, like putting a runner on second base in extra innings. Extra innings is not the problem with why baseball is slow. And neither is intentional walks.
I just think we're in this day and age of everybody wants instant gratification.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of interesting about baseball. There's so many different nuances that make it interesting. Now batting for the Bobcats, left fielder Dominic Lefevre with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the Tigers are pinching it in at the quarters, playing double play depth back at the second and shortstop positions. So you got Frazier in on the grass. Womer's even with the bag at third. And Josie and Teal are at double play depth.
And it's interesting, too, now I've been over with a couple minor league teams, and you see the pitch clock that they got going.
Bickford from the wind and the pitch in the dirt. 2-0.
And that's actually made a significant difference, but a positive difference. The pitchers, from what I've seen, they don't look like they've been rushed. And I'm not saying they should do it for, high school baseball, but, we're definitely ticking towards that way. No pun intended
Bickford
about
from the
clock.
stretch, bases loaded, and the pitch in the dirt again. So the plate's jumping around on Mr. Bickford here in the top of the sixth. And Vincent and Josie are going to go chat with him.
Tigers definitely behind the 8-ball here. 3-0, bases loaded.
Bases loaded, one out. We're tied here in the sixth inning at Palmetto High School. Mike Van Zerk Field. Named for the coach who was at the helm of the Tigers when they won their 1994 state championship. And here's the pitch from Bickford, and that's ball 4. So we walk in a run, making it 4-3 Northport. Still bases loaded, and that'll bring up their cleanup hitter, first baseman Brandon Muniz.
Now, if memory serves me correct, he was up with the bases loaded last time.
Yes, he struck out. Muniz on the night, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Struck out on either 3, maybe 4 pitches.
Bickford going from the wind and the pitch. Grounder to short. Josie makes a clean field on to Teal. Oh, it gets by him. Bad throw by Josie. Gets away. 2 runs are going to score. And 3 runs are going to score. Another bad throw. So that makes it 7-3 Northport on a grounder that should have been at least 1 out. Josie made a bad play. It got by the second baseman and into right field, and the other 3 runners came around to score. So Northport now leads 7-3. That happened quick, huh?
Yeah, there's a saying sometimes you're just doing too much. May have been the case there. I know you want to turn the double play, but
That'll bring up the catcher, Nathan Vetter,
letting up
with
one,
Muniz on second.
letting up
One
one
out.
run is a better alternative than what just happened there.
And Bickford's just having a hard time finding the plate. Ball 1. So a big 4-run inning for Northport here in the top half of the 6th inning has given them a 7-3 lead with 1 out. Catcher Vetter at the plate, and here's the pitch. No, high, 2-0.
Yeah, they won't give him any call right now. Trouble finding the plate, and you're not going to get the close ones.
This is Vetter's second time up. He came on in the 5th inning, flied out to center field his first time up. And there's a strike from Bickford, 2-1. Muniz is on second, 1 out. He gets his lead and the windup from Bickford. And there's a ooh! Took a bad hop on Womer. Hit him in the shoulder. He took a bad hop single there. Muniz not to advance on that, so. And that'll bring up third baseman number 11, Logan Polston.
Yeah,
Still only 1 out.
sometimes on choppers like that, they'll just hit the lip of the grass and really catch up on you, and that seemed to be the case there.
And there's a pitch from Bickford. Catches the corner, strike 1. So you got Muniz at second, Vetter at first, 1 out. Bickford on the mound from the stretch, gets the sign, and the pitch to Polston is in the dirt. Nice stop by Vincent. 1-1. So far this inning, Northport's put up 4 runs on 2 hits. There's a grounder to Womer at third. He goes over and steps on the bag for 1. He'll just eat the ball.
with everything else that's happened this inning.
Yeah, I think you want to try to play it safe. So that forces Muniz at third. Vetter's now at second. And Polston reaches on a fielder's choice. But there are now 2 outs, and that'll bring up Charlie Top, who came on for Dillon in the 4th inning. And he skies one deep to left. Hooks is underneath it, and that'll be the 3rd out. But a damaging inning for the Bobcats. They score 4 runs on 2 hits, 1 man left on base. The end of 5 1/2, Northport 7, Palmetto 3. Here we are, ready for the bottom of the 6th inning for the host Palmetto Tigers. They trail 7-3, and Ty Hooks will lead off for Palmetto in the bottom of the 6th. Tyler O'Boyle still on the mound for the Bobcats, and the first pitch is low, 1-0.
O'Boyle was bailed out by a double play last inning, so the Tigers were definitely able to attack him and jump on some early pitches, get runners on base.
O'Boyle's second pitch is low, 2-0.
Obviously in desperation now, down 4 runs. You need to capitalize on what you were doing right.
O'Boyle, the wind and the pitch is in there. Strike 1, 2-1. Yeah, Palmetto needs base runners. 1 pitch, 1 play, 1 batter at a time.
As we said before, I mean, we've seen what's happened with the fielding.
And O'Boyle in there. Nice cut by Hooks, fouls it back, 2-2.
Even though it's 4 runs, you could still make something happen.
1 swing of the bat, 4 runs, get runners on and go yard. It can happen. 2-2.
Anything's possible.
O'Boyle looks in, gets his sign from Vetter, and here's the pitch. Inside, 3-2. So Hooks is doing his job, leadoff hitter, taking as many pitches as possible, trying to work a walk, get a base hit, whatever will get us on base. O'Boyle, the wind and the pitch. High, fly ball to the right side of the infield. Munoz calls it, and he misses it.
And that's exactly what we said.
So Hooks reaches on an infield error by the first baseman Munoz. A pop fly was a home run in an elevator shaft, perhaps. Looked like he was camped underneath it and just misjudged.
I had a buddy on a softball league who screamed, I got it, I got it, I got it. He was the guy that popped it up. There was 2 outs in the championship game.
And that'll bring up designated hitter Brock Blaney, who's been hit by a pitch and singled tonight.
I thought it wasn't the right move, but they ended up calling him out. Lost the game. I still got on his case about it to this day.
O'Boyle now goes from the stretch with Hooks on first. First pitch high, ball 1. Blaney takes a glance down at Coach Rich Glass, see if there's a play on. Hooks takes a gander over there as well. O'Boyle from the stretch. He checks Hooks at first base, and here's the pitch. Fouled back off the catcher's helmet. 1-1. Blaney takes a glance down at Coach Glass, gets the sign. Hooks at first, and O'Boyle takes a step back from the rubber, timeout. Now he's back, ready to go. Peers into Vetter for the sign. He's in the stretch, and here's oh no, he goes to first. Hooks back easily. Give him something to think about. O'Boyle once again checks Hooks at first, gets his sign, and there's the pitch.
Oh.
Swing up high. Throw back by Vetter to first base, but Hooks gets back safely.
Shades of Yadier Molina.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Molina was famous at gunning people at first base on that move.
On Blaney. Looking for his second hit of the night. Actually, his third. He's been hit once himself. I think he got hit in the shoulder. That was in the, what, second inning?
He has more hits than DJ Stancilitis.
That's for sure. Good eye, good eye. Ball high and outside. 2-2. O'Boyle from the stretch. Gets a sign from his catcher, Vetter. That looks like they're shaking him off. Now he's got it. Checks the runner at first, and the quick slide step home. That's a ball. 2-2. 3-2. 3-2. So we got a full count. Do you send them? A little hit and run in action on the full count? You're down by 4. I'd say no.
Yeah. Better.
O'Boyle in the wind, in the stretch, and it's ball 4. Got a little rally going.
2 guys on. You got a really speedy guy coming up. Not saying you bunt, but again, just get guys in motion.
And here's Acevedo, center fielder.
Last time up, reach on an infield single. Beat out the throw from the shortstop.
He's 1 for 2 on the night. Fly hit a nice line shot to center field in the second inning. Davidson made a nice catch.
Yeah, swinging a nice bat.
Acevedo takes a gander down at Coach Glass, see what's on. Hooks gets the lead from second. And the pitch, bunt, fouled off, strike 1. I don't know if that was a called play or he was just trying to get on base. Blaney gets back to first, Hooks at second. And they all look at Coach Glass. What are we doing, Coach? Acevedo gets in the box. O'Boyle checks with his catcher, Vetter. Takes a look at the runners at first and second. And here's the pitch. Sky, foul ball, back, out of play.
Just a little off there, but close to getting the timing down.
0-2 on Acevedo. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning, Palmetto trails 7-3.
This is the time to do it now.
O'Boyle from the stretch, signed from Vetter. Here's the pitch.
Ooh.
Strike 3. That's 1 out. And that'll bring up the top of the order, right fielder Casey Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 1 for 3 on the night with a single back in the first. He's got Hooks on second, Blaney on first, O'Boyle from the stretch for the Bobcats, and here's the pitch. Ball high. I notice O'Boyle, he's got like this prolonged wind-up, but then when he tries to mix it up a little bit, he does the quick slide step home. He's in the stretch now. He gets the sign and the pitch. In there, strike 1. Looks like he's got better command of his pitch when he does the slide step. When he does a little bit of the wind-up and he crosses his legs, looks like he doesn't have the same command.
Yeah, it's almost a little herky-jerky.
O'Boyle gets his sign, checks the runner at second. That looked like a curveball that hung up. 2-1.
Curve slider.
Harrison Teal, the second baseman, is on deck.
Yeah, if they can at least get Teal to the plate, which is more than likely with 1 out.
O'Boyle with the pitch, and there's a shot. It's going to make a gapper, it looks like.
There we go.
That's in the gap. Nice cutoff by Davidson. It's going to bring home a run. Rodriguez is in with an RBI double. That makes it 7-4 Palmetto, or 7-4 Northport, excuse me.
Just like that, they're right back in it.
So Ty Hooks comes across with the run. Blaney's at third, and Rodriguez is at second with an RBI double.
Again, the momentum just swinging.
Number 6.
No one's really been able to run away with it. And Teal's been all over the field tonight. At the plate, in the field, on the base path. And honestly, he's the guy I want up in this situation.
And that double by Rodriguez brings out the pitching coach, and it looks like we're going to get a change here. O'Boyle's coming out. It looks like the shortstop's going to be the pitcher.
Not even warming up.
Oh, he's been playing shortstop.
Yeah, I guess he got a lot of throws that way.
Yeah, we got to get the proper changes. So we have a break in the action with 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Northport leads Palmetto 7-4, but the Tigers are in business here. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Northport's making a pitching change. And second baseman Harrison Teal will be the batter.
In the words of the great Jim Ross, business has just picked up. Even though it's still a 3-run lead, I mean, you got the heart of the lineup up, 2 runners on base. They had the momentum.
It looks like Charlie Top is now the pitcher for the Bobcats. Right-hander, taking his warm-up tosses. In case you're just joining us, we're on the campus of Palmetto High School. Mike Van Zerk Field. Tonight's prep baseball matchup between the Northport Bobcats, who came in tonight with a record of 2-0. They defeated Lemon Bay 11-6 last Tuesday. They defeated Hardy 4-1 on Friday. Palmetto with a record of 1-1 coming in. Lost a tough game to Venice last Tuesday night 1-0. And they defeated Tampa Catholic 3-1 on Friday.
I know it's early in the season, but these games are great just to, feel the pulse of your team, see how you do with adversity. And even though Northport's only played 2 games, to, give a team their first loss, not necessarily a sigh of relief, but just a nice little pat on the back for you.
And Top's first hitter will be second baseman Harrison Teal. Teal scored a run, 1 for 3 on the night, fouls the first pitch down the right field line, 0-1. Teal started the game at shortstop, moved to second when the pitcher Josie moved to his regular position shortstop. Teal's a 10th grader. This Palmetto team very young. Only a couple seniors on the roster.
Yeah, only 4, I believe.
And Top with the pitch. Ball is low. 1-1. On deck, Josie.
Yeah, I like Teal's demeanor, just the way he carries himself. Seems confident, nothing's too big for him out there.
And the pitch from Top bounced. Nice block by Vetter. That makes the count 2-1.
Just as a 10th grader, I mean, that's a great trait to have. Not the same as being in like a professional locker room, but when you hold your own weight out there with older talent, it really goes a long way.
And Top with the pitch. Foul down the third base line. O'Boyle pitched 1 1/3 inning. He's responsible for the 2 runners left on base here. He allowed 1 run. And as of right now, he's the pitcher of record. See if Charlie Top can save it for him. Top from the stretch, veers in, gets the sign from Vetter, his catcher, and the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Are we saying a foul ball?
We got a difference of opinion here. Teal thinks he fouled it off and it hit the ground. Umpire's saying he's out. Strike 3.
It's a tough one to overcall.
And the umpires will get together and see if they can figure this out. Teal says he fouled the pitch at the plate. The catcher did not hang on. But I don't think the umpire saw that. He's going to ask his first base comrade, see what he heard.
Yeah, it's just weird to overturn something like that.
Now they're calling in the third base umpire. Let's get a meeting of the minds. Here we go on the instant replay over here. Teal takes a cut, and it looks like he did foul the ball.
Yeah.
The trajectory of the ball went into the ground, so I believe he did foul it off.
Usually with the metal
And he
bat.
did.
Yeah.
The umpire's saying he did foul the ball off, so Teal gets another hack.
Usually
Hey,
with the
instant
metal bat.
replay worked well up here.
Finally, for once.
The umpires don't have the benefit of that, however.
Sometimes just hitting that top of the bat, you don't get the normal sound you would hear when there's contact.
Jets fan.
Oh, wow.
And top. Ooh, well, that's strike 3. He didn't hold on to the bat that time. So Teal out. That's out number 2. And that'll bring up Josie, the shortstop.
Yeah, for both starting pitchers, things went well. And then once getting to the bullpen,
Josie started out tonight's contest as the pitcher. He's now the shortstop. He pitched well last week in a 1-0 loss to Venice. He pitched 6 shutout innings.
can't ask for much more.
And top from the stretch and the pitch.
Ooh, get up the middle.
Josie hits a number to the shortstop, and it's not fielded cleanly. Have to give him an error. And that'll bring home another run. So we are at 7-5, Northport. And Josie reaches on an error by the shortstop. Blaney moves to third. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, catcher, Colton Vincent for the Tigers.
Power hitting catcher.
You got Josie on first. Blaney's on third, representing the tying runs.
Actually got to spend some time today with former catcher of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Manny Sanguillen.
And the first pitch from top is in the dirt, 1-0. Vincent, 1 for 3 tonight. Actually, 1 for 2 with a walk. Singled his last time up. He's got the tying runs on base. Blaney at third, Josie at first. Charlie Top on the mound. He's the third Northport pitcher of the night. Going from the stretch, he's got his sign, and here's the pitch in the dirt, 2-0. So Vincent's making him work. He's not going to be taking hacks at balls that aren't close. Catcher always has a good eye for what's a strike, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Top again from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And there's a base hit to the right field side. That's going to get down the line. You got the Blaney has scored. Josie around goes to third. They got Vincent in a rundown, and he's out. So Vincent trying to get to second. They threw behind him and tagged him out. But the 6-run scores. So for Palmetto in the 6th inning, they get 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 runner left on base at the end of 5.5. Or at the end of 6. Northport 7, Palmetto 6. Hey, we're back at Mike Van Zerk Field for the top half of the 7th inning. Got a good one going here. Northport leads 7-6, and we have a new pitcher for the Palmetto Tigers, Byron Acevedo. He's been playing center field. He's coming in to throw now.
Yeah, I've actually been really excited to see him pitch. I haven't seen him live yet, but I've heard a lot of great things. As I said before, I'm already a big fan of the lefties.
And the first batter he'll face is shortstop Cody Britton for the Bobcats. And the first pitch, inside, ball 1. So Palmetto now trails 7-6 with a 3-run 6th inning. Unfortunately for them, Northport had a 4-run 6th inning. And they lead 7-6. Pitch number 2 from Acevedo, high and tight, ball 2.
It's been all downhill since the starting pitchers got off the mound.
And there's another offering from Acevedo, catches the corner, and it's 2-1. On deck for the Bobcats, designated hitter Patrick Smith. And that pitch is fouled to the right. 2-2.
Right on it. Come on. 2-strike approach.
2-2. Top of the 7th inning. Northport leads 7-6. There's a grounder to third. Womer fields it cleanly across the bag to Frazier for out number 1.
I know that was a fundamental play, but it really can't be overlooked with all that's happened in this game.
One quick out for Acevedo. Designated hitter Patrick Smith getting ready to step in for the Bobcats. He flied out to right his last time up. He came out in the 4th inning, grounded out to second. Acevedo from the windup and the pitch, a little dunker down the third base side is going to get in there for a base hit. Smith rounds first and decides he better not try it and goes back to first for the bag. Hooks gets it in quickly. So a base hit to left field for Smith. And that brings up center fielder Charlie Davidson. Davidson tonight has scored 2 runs, got hit by a pitch. He's got a double. Actually, he's got 3 hits. Got thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double in the first, but he is 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. First pitch from Acevedo, outside, ball 1. He's also made a couple nice defensive plays.
He's had a great all-around game.
And I hear he pitches as well.
The man can do it all.
I wonder if he sells programs in the stands before the game.
Yeah, you see him at concessions in between innings.
Acevedo in the stretch, checks Smith at first, and the pitch, low. 2-0.
He strikes me as like the quintessential leadoff guy.
Byron Acevedo, only a 9th grader. Already had 2 games of varsity experience under his belt as a pitcher. He's from the stretch, and here's the pitch. That one must have curved around the plate, ball 3.
Yeah, clearly Coach has a lot of confidence in him. I mean, he's throwing him out there already just in a few games.
He brought him in against Venice last week.
He's doing all right.
Can you imagine you're a 9th grader and your first pitching assignment, you get to go up against Venice? That's a coach showing confidence.
Are you ready now?
And he's paying him back. Acevedo in with a strike, 3-1.
Yeah. That's how you reward the coach.
Acevedo peers in to get the sign from Vincent. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And here's a ground ball to second. Teal on to Josie to get the lead runner. They don't turn the double play, however, so there's 2 outs. Smith out at second for the second out. Davidson reaches on the fielder's choice. So nice turn there by Teal and Josie. And that brings up Brandon Corso for the Bobcats. He's been hit by a pitch tonight. I don't think we're on the air anymore.
Neither do I.
First pitch is outside.
Paging Justin Stansel.
Acevedo peers in and gets a sign from Vincent. The left-hander checks the runner at first. And here's the pitch. Outside. 2-0. I think our director was having technical difficulties. We are back. Tiger Vision. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Northport leads Palmetto 7-6.
Yeah, he's such a busy guy. He can only be so many places at once.
Charlie Davidson, the runner at first, gets his lead. Acevedo checks him, gets the sign. He's in the stretch, and here's the pitch. There's a strike, 2-1.
All right. They can just get out of this. I don't know what it is. I just have a good feeling that they'll be able to do something in the bottom of the 7th. Just the way this game's been going, so many swings. They're due for one more.
Acevedo, the lefty, checks the runner at first, gets a sign from Vincent. Here's the pitch. Curveball, stays inside. 3-1.
Obviously, that can't happen unless you stop them here first.
So here we go, 3-1 on Corso, the right fielder. Davidson on first gets his lead. Frazier holds him close. Acevedo gets his sign from Vincent. And here's the pitch. There's a strike, full count.
I always hate when batters just already assume a call and start running down to first. Try to take the easy way out.
And here we go again, full count. Davidson will probably be moving on the pitch. Frazier holding him close at first. Acevedo checks him, gets his sign from Vincent. Davidson's off, and the pitch right up the middle. Josie puts a glove on it, but it's going to be an infield single. He manages to keep it from rolling into center field. So an infield single for Corso on that 3-2 pitch. Davidson was moving on the pitch. He goes to second. But because Josie got a glove on the ball, he could not advance to third.
Yeah, that's the key right there.
So the Bobcats, runners on first and second, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And that'll bring up their left fielder, Dominic Lefevre, who has 2 hits on the night, and he scored a run and knocked in a run. And he's digging in. Acevedo looks into Vincent for his sign, checks the runners at first and second, and the pitch. That was a cue shot. Fouled up into the right, into the on-deck circle. Munez jogs it over to the umpire. 0-1. And President Donald Trump is about to give his first address to the joint session of Congress.
Oh, I heard about that.
I just got that
today
on Twitter. And Darrell Rivas has been released by the New York Jets. I know that breaks your heart.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, he's not been released yet. They have informed him they will release him on March 9th. And thus save $16 million of cap space.
Yeah, the Jets have been cutting people left and right. Nick Mangold the other day.
I can't believe that one. He's their best player.
Yeah, 11 years as a New York Jet. Really anchored the offensive line.
Acevedo with the pitch from the stretch outside. 2-1.
With all the stuff that happened with Rivas as of recent date, not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to end up too bad from that. I don't think that was necessarily his fault.
Yeah, you know, it's always you look at people like Draymond Green and the Rivas thing, and it's tough.
Acevedo with the pitch, little nubber back to the mound, fielded by Acevedo, on to first for the out.
All right.
So that threat warded off for Northport in the top of the 7th. They get no runs on 2 hits, 2 men left on base. Going to the bottom of the 7th, Northport leads 7-6. Palmetto. Last chance for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They got the heart of their line, or actually the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. Logan Frazier, Gunnar Womer, and Ty Hooks facing Charlie Top.
Yeah, Frazier's had the clutch hits for the Tigers tonight, so if there's anyone really that should be starting off the last inning, should be him.
Yeah, he's got 2 RBIs tonight. He also pitched about an inning and 2/3. And he'll face Charlie Top here, hoping to get something going for Palmetto. They need a run to keep this game going. Top gets his sign from the wind, and here's the pitch. Low, ball 1.
But yeah, to go back real quick to the Revis and Draymond Green thing I was just talking about, it's tough for a celebrity or an athlete to go out there. People are going to jaw at you, and you can't do anything about it. Sometimes
you got to have a thick skin.
Yeah.
And there's strike 1, 1-1.
But sometimes that fan should, should be put in their place. I'm not condoning violence by any means, but,
Well, last year Revis couldn't cover a lamppost, so they were probably giving him a bunch of garbage about that, I would think. There's a grounder up the third base side. Foul. Rolls foul. And we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny. The guy didn't want to make any contact out on the field or hit anyone, and then he gets off the field and this allegation happens.
He's probably saved his money. I mean, that guy's been the highest paid corner, last 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, he's a pretty savvy businessman, I'd say. As the Tigers try to get into business right now.
And Frazier back at the dish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top gets the sign from his catcher, the wind, and here's the pitch. And there's a grounder back up the middle. Is it going to reach center field? It sure is. And Frazier's got his 3rd hit of the night. So Logan Frazier leads off the home half of the 7th with a base hit. And he's the tying run. Potential tying run. And that'll bring up third baseman Gunnar Womer.
Frazier, as they would say, has been the catalyst for today. Him and Jacob Josie.
Top wants to keep him close, throws over to first. Frazier not much of a lead, he gets back easily. Top from the stretch, checks Frazier at first. He's back. I think Northport had some kind of confusing play on. Did you see the second baseman?
Yeah, I saw him charging.
I guess he was going to back up first, I don't know.
That or
leaving a big hole at second base, and there's a bunt attempt, fouled off.
Well, yeah, I think the second baseman was getting ready to cover in case the pitch actually went through, and he did bunt.
0-1 on Womer, the third baseman. Gunnar tonight has scored a run, reached on an error. Another throw over to first by Top. Frazier back easily. Womer looks like he's squaring around to bunt. He is indeed. Here comes the third baseman creeping in. And here's the pitch from Top. And he misses.
Ooh.
And he gets him.
Oh, man.
Frazier is picked off first. Womer attempted to bunt. He missed. And Frazier gets picked off.
Yeah, bunting's pretty difficult to do. You see a lot of times with pitchers in the major leagues, they just try to stab at the ball. But the best way to go about it, from what I've heard, is you try to almost catch the ball with your bat, pretend your bat is a glove. You're just trying to catch it.
Womer down 0-2 now. Top with the pitch. And a grounder to first. Munoz, nice play for the second out. So Palmetto down to their last out now in the form of Ty Hooks, the left fielder.
Yeah, tough break right there for Palmetto.
Yeah, started off well, get a leadoff base hit, and then it's gone south since. And so Ty Hooks, last hope for the Tigers here with 2 outs. And Charlie Top on in relief. Third pitcher of the night for the Bobcats. First pitch, grounder back to first, and this one's going to be in the books. Grounder, he's out. So Top on to first for the final out. And that's our ball game. Northport Bobcats win this one 7-6.
Not the outcome we wanted, but definitely an entertaining game from start to finish.
So that's the final. Northport 7, Palmetto 6. We'll be back with some final comments in just a bit. Man, I can get home and see the president. Matt Matera, Rick Russo back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School, where tonight we saw a ball game between the Northport Bobcats and the Palmetto Tigers. Northport comes out on top tonight, 7-6. Matt, what do you think?
You know, it was a fun game to watch. I really felt Palmetto, there was just that one inning with the 4 runs, pretty much on one error that was the difference of the game. In a game where there was a lot of contact, a lot of miscues in the field, mostly done by Northport. There was just that one by Palmetto that was the nail in the coffin. I think they really let this one slip away, but
yeah, they played
to
good.
Build on as well.
They had the 2 bad innings in the 5th and the 6th. They gave up all 7 runs in those 2 innings, 3 runs and then 4 runs. Byron Acevedo made a great chance to get over there to make a play in center field, catches the ball and then drops the ball. And right now we're going to take a look at some of these highlights from tonight's contest. And here's the first run of the game for the Bobcats. Actually that was the first hit of the game by the center fielder, and he tries to stretch it into a double, and he's thrown out by Casey Rodriguez. So that was Charlie Davidson, first hit of the game, and then there's a nice throw by Colton Vincent, cutting down Brandon Corso on a steal attempt. So early on, Palmetto was playing great defense. And then here is Davidson again, a high fly ball to the left that Hooks had a hard time finding the ball, and it dropped behind him. And Davidson got a double on that play. So just a couple miscues tonight. Jacob Josie pitched 4 strong innings. Bickford took the loss for the Tigers. And here's Josie again pitching. Ground ball to Teal at shortstop at the time. He throws to first, but he pulls him off the bag. In Northport, that led to a little rally by them. But it was just those 2 innings, the 5th and the 6th, where they scored all 7 of their runs. And Palmetto drops to 1-2, Northport 3-0 on the season. And here was that bunt play with Frazier on the mound, and he makes a bad throw to first. Gets away from the guy covering the bag, and so that kind of kept that rally going where they scored 3 runs the first time out. And there's Palmetto again, got a rally going, but a double play ends it.
Yeah, instantly killed it. They, they had things in motion. They're gonna have first and third.
And there was your winning pitcher, Tyler O'Boyle, on the getting over to cover the bag.
Yeah, O'Boyle celebrating an early St. Patty's Day.
And that's Acevedo. That's the final out of the 7th inning. That's when hopefully Palmetto was coming in to try to see if they could tie the game. Unfortunately, they didn't. But 1-2 on the season, 3 games in, we're still good.
Yeah,
Northport 3-0.
Early in the season, still great things to build on. Logan Frazier had a great game.
And I believe we're here again tomorrow. An IMG team's coming over to play the Tigers, so Tiger Vision back again tomorrow night at 7, I believe.
Yeah, have a get this one, roll it off the shoulders, come out tomorrow, come out firing, guns a-blazing, and forget this loss ever happened. Tomorrow's a new day.
Well, keep us posted here. We'll be here every home game for the Palmetto Tigers on Tiger Vision. Matt, good working with you. See you tomorrow.
You as well. Pleasure.
And Justin Stansel, all you guys down there doing the hard work. We're just up here talking baseball. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah, we're just having fun. You're doing the hard work. You're the real MVP.
And that's Tiger Vision. Final, Northport 7, Palmetto 6. Thanks for joining us tonight.